he was a great looking champion.
Yes.
You take your prayer, start to say your prayer. No. I never got it right either. Anyway, it's a pleasure. You'll give your mom and dad job. All right. Yeah.
Who's your favorite wrestler? Besides yourself, I mean, of course.
I got you. You know, somebody asked me who would I like to wrestle, but
Yeah.
you know what? I do. They did it with Rocky Marciano, Mom, Gorgeous George.
Gorgeous George.
I'd like to wrestle Gorgeous George. I think that would be a kick. If it was today, I'd probably go for either Brock, Orton, and Punk. Probably clump them. You know, probably hit them all at the same time. Get them all arguing between each other, and then they don't know I'm coming. Learn it from my wife. Oh, Saints Row 4? I never heard of the game. And apparently it's a pretty big game. Say, I'm in this game called Saints Row 4. And it was cool. Like, I just came into a studio and I didn't know anything about the game though. And they just had all these lines and they're acting to yell back at you. That's cool.
Also in the back there.
Hey, Leo, the script. Do you see it coming true now? Take the aliens out, but do you see?
I did a show with, just I don't know, 5-6 days ago, with Oliver Stone's son, Sean Stone. And I did Alex Jones. You guys ever heard of Alex Jones?
Yeah.
Like a big conspiracy guy, and they live as cliff notes, but nothing else, for what's going on in the world today, you know, and I don't know, I'm not qualified. I just know like when we used to go to press conferences where they live, like Carpenter would make me take my Rolex off. Buy America. Yeah, give me a Timex. It was away. But we both drove Cadillacs. There was one scene, the most powerful scene. I never told anybody this, so I probably shouldn't start now. I'm fine as I get older. I don't care as much. Well, it's just one scene that was probably, in looking backwards, it was you people that made me, or helped me to figure this out. This is what's the most important scene in that movie? Lunch? Bubblegum? You know? What was it? And then I remembered it. And I think I know kids here, so I'll let you, I'll get it on here. So there's one shot where the character Nada is looking over the skyline of Los Angeles, and he's talking to Keith David. And the dialogue is, I believe in America. Everybody's got their own hard times, but I believe in America. And that one little scene, I try to do this for the older people. Carpenter wanted me to SMOKEJO and during that scene. And I don't know why you want to do that. You got kids, you know. But I guess in his mind, it would be taking one of our freedoms. Are they in his mind? I'm glad I didn't do that. That's the most important part of that whole movie with the conspiracy and for what it is doing right now. The movie's getting so hot. I'm going to Denver. Where 1,000 people. I was in Philadelphia for a theater that held 500. They got 750 people. I've never seen the movie from beginning to end. I've never watched myself. I'm boring as heck. But I was up in the attic. I didn't know, like, people, they know the lines, and they kind of like, what's that one where they throw rice at the screen?
Oh, Rocky Horror.
Yeah, I kind of, you know, feel a little vampire. They say out the lines, and they know the wrestling holds, and it's all over the world. I'm going to one in Denver again. So without boring you and trying to make some kind of point, this is the greatest country in the world. It's got the greatest people in the world. I'm proud to be here. And that one scene, that one I believe in America, that's what that whole movie is about. And that's maybe where that movie might invoke some pride in Americans, or just not only Americans, people that believe in freedom, to, you know, that makes sense and not being silly about it. I need to remember that. Could you guys just follow me around, because I don't remember these things. I'll get 67,000 here and I go on another tangent.
Any other questions in the audience here? Oh, okay, right here.
My best movie to be in? Come on up here. Come on up here. Best movie. What you doing?
Owen.
Pleasure to meet you. Have a seat. So, the best movie I've been in? I ain't done one yet. I think, do you remember the game Mario? Yeah.
No?
Me neither. Do you remember a movie called The Goonies?
No.
Yeah. You never heard of it? Okay, so you're gonna have to help work with me here. When the Jeep was creepy. So in the Goonies was these kids like your age, and they had, I think they were on like a pirate ship. And your mom and daddy can show you this tonight, everybody. What? Netflix. Tell them they can write it off, because I said it on stage. It's for your education. So I was doing like a music video for the Goonies. It's all these kids your age and pirate ship, and they had a studio huge, and they had a big like ocean in the middle of the building. And no kidding. You know, now I know what Gates gets his kids for Christmas. And stick with me now. And like a half a pirate ship. So they're like, home drinking Kool-Aid, So there's this one little kid, he was a nice little kid, about your size, and not as handsome as you when he was fat. Yeah, you're not fat. So he's fat, and I remember the Iron Sheik taking him and putting him under his arm and squeezing him, going, "Shut up, you little fat kid." Well, that kid now is my lawyer. Jeff Levesque, and he was that little fat chubby kid in, or Jeff Bowen, chubby kid in the Goonies that was being a brat, and then he came out of, and so the Goonies was cool. Do you remember RoboCop? Never seen that one either. Let's try this another way. What's your favorite? Did you see St. Paul?
They live.
That's it, home. I got a 24-year-old son I'll trade you for right now. Haven't had a job in 24 years. Probably a graduate. What are you going to do when you grow up?
Be a pilot.
Wow. Good job. What's your favorite sport in school? What's your favorite subject?
Math.
I think that would be good for being a pilot. You know what I heard? Like I run into a lot of people in the military, like big guys, you know, fat like that little kid, you know. And you know what they say for pilots? Because they got these really cool video games out, that when you start playing them at your age, you're a better pilot then, because it's like being a pilot. And they got these really great pilots coming on. You'll probably be one of them. Thanks for coming up. It was a real pleasure.
Okay, anybody else in the audience right here?
Back in the day, when you were first starting out, and when you were working with a lot of the old classic guys that had since retired by the time you started doing a lot of your TV work and all that.
Yeah.
And when you were doing that Canadian circuit, what was it like being stuck in close quarters with like a crazy guy like Mad Dog, where you had Mad Dog Rashawn, where you had to be in a car with this guy and actually show up to the place. Make it.
Oh, we're gonna have to clear the children, you know. It was different. So yeah, I'm losing them like flies around the no pest strip. I'm not gonna let you hear the answer. I love you too. Bye-bye, sweetie pie. Back then, it was like completely different. I'll try to give you a quick rundown. I was like 15, and I didn't have any numbers. Yeah, I didn't have any numbers, meaning like Social Security. Nobody knew I existed. And I was old. They took me over a lot of borders. But they did things like, kid, get in the trunk. Take your clothes off, get in the trunk. Huh? Get naked in the trunk. And it's when push trunks first came out. Yeah, push the trunk in the glove box. It's a big thing. And you might say to yourself, well, why would you do that? You tell Andre the Giant no. And they put me in that trunk because they had no toys. And they were the guys that, Gorgeous George came, and it was huge. It was the biggest thing on TV, hands down. Came out of the Olympic Auditorium, Gorgeous George, Baron Leone, the guy that mentored me, Leo Garibaldi, all of them, and then it collapsed. Boom. And all the guys that were set to take the main event spot next, out of the job and out of the job market. So all of a sudden all these territories came, and then here comes Broad. And all these guys felt cheated and jaded. And some were still fighting for it, or they were for their spot, or were fighting for their spot in the territory that they were in. And the last thing they wanted is some young guy coming out with bagpipes and squealing. They didn't like it. So in a way they tried to, I don't know. And so I get in the trunk naked. Yeah, I don't know the laws where everything was different. They did have 4 cases of beer, 2 and 2, and the lights were on, the dome light. It's different. And like beer Olympics, like 1, 2, boom. Some guys could hit the side even from the driving position. It's just what they did. And so I got in the trunk, and like 30 minutes, every bump, the jacks in my side. The joke's supposed to be some other wrestlers will come up behind us and they'll slow down. Pop the trunk. I'm in there a long time. They're brutal. They don't care. One time they were taking me from one town, Winnipeg, to Minneapolis, and I had a 7-Up and a sandwich. And in the back seat, I said, please, I'm so cold, put it up. And they kept saying, Digner and Bobby Jones. We're hot out here, we're hot. All of a sudden my bottle blew up, blew up. So now I'm in the truck naked. And now, get ready, kid, get ready. Oh, yeah, I'm ready, And as manly as I'm going to look, and they pop the trunk, and when that thing comes up, the trunk comes up, and they're 4 feet, about 70, is Mass Superstar. But next to him is his wife. And I'm trying to say, wife. And they're just laughing, but when that trunk comes out, and there you got no place to go. And you don't hold on, you're a speed bump. I kid you not. And then they go for another 10 minutes, They drop me off at the store, just every night. They drop me off at the store. Say, kid, we'll get some sandwiches for tonight. The building's around the corner. And the building will be like 25 miles away. I'll be hitchhiking because I was on first, I was a pool, plus one other match. And I'll be hitchhiking putting my kilt on some other guy's car. It's really hard to explain. Every night. I can't get into a lot of it. But, they were brutal. They used to chase me naked around the shower to the point where I wouldn't come to the dressing room anymore. And
Any other questions? I have one. Of all the opponents that you've faced over the years, there's one that struck me as possibly the most interesting, and that was Victor the Bear. Maybe you could.
I'll finish with this stupid story. I'll combine it. So, and then I hope you all enjoy your day. And for the fact that you get up this early in the morning to give me some time, I'm honored. Thank you very much. I love you. I really do. So I'll just compact it in so you can understand, trying to make some kind of sense to your transition from what it was like. When I was 19 years old, not according to Vince, but I won the light heavyweight championship of the world from a guy named Fujinami and Chavo Guerrero, battling back and forth. And Mike Lobel, who's a promoter, this is in Los Angeles, was very familiar with Vince McMahon Sr. When I was 19 years old, I got called to come to